What's up, y'all? And welcome back to another episode of the Warsheep Podcast. Listen, today we're going to be discussing a particular topic in regards to the Bible and its level of credibility. There's been many challenges over the years, of course, over the decades in regards to the Bible and its credibility. How many times it's been mistranslated, rewritten, things like that. Today we're going to review a particular section of the Bible that has been historically proven to be true, but they have masked it, covered it up, and manipulated the situation to try to hide the fact that the scriptures reign to be accurate to this day. Let's go ahead and shed light on this and more right here, right now on the Warsheep Podcast, where we believe that light creates understanding. Understanding creates love. Love creates patience, and that patience will create unity. So let's get unified in the spirit, y'all. All right, y'all. So as we all know, there are major issues when it comes to people who claim that the Bible has no credibility and how things have been mistranslated, rewritten, and written throughout the scriptures. Let's take a listen as to what actually has taken place, what has been historically proven. A lot of things I like to dive into and actually do my own due diligence to figuring out the reasons why people believe this way. Let's take a listen as to what this young man has discovered in regards to historical facts, that some things that have taken place that were written about throughout the scriptures. Let's listen in, y'all.
This is the Sargon of Akkad. He was one of the first empire builders, and he was also the first king on the earth. He also founded Assyria, Akkad, Nineveh, Uruk, and Babel. The Sargon of Akkad was also chosen and loved by Ishtar. They were together. They were husband and wife, just like Nimrod. This is Nimrod. Nimrod was the first king of the earth. He founded major cities like Assyria, Akkad. He built the Tower of Babel, and he also was in love with Ishtar. They were both together, just like the Sargon of Akkad. This is the exact same depiction of the Sargon of Akkad and Nimrod. Both of them are depicted with one eye. This is because they are the exact same person. To prove that these were the exact same people, there's a story called the Curse of Akkad, where the Most High punished the city and caused famine to happen, and all of a sudden languages started changing. This is the exact same as the Tower of Babel story, when he confused their languages and everybody spread from Babel. As you can see, there's real evidence that languages shifted right after the fall of Akkad. This proves that the Tower of Babel story was real. So you can clearly see a lot of similarities. The Sargon of Akkad was historically the first empire builder. Nimrod was described as the first empire builder. Both conquered the exact same areas and founded the exact same cities. They tried to hide Nimrod in history by renaming him the Sargon of Akkad. So this is how you can prove that the scripture is real. There's real historical evidence of the Sargon of Akkad existing and his wife being Ishtar. This is Naram Sin. This is also Nimrod. They tried to rename him again. Naram Sin was known as the self-appointed God King. Who called themselves a god and tried to make themselves above the Most High? Nimrod did, and this is the exact same depiction that Nimrod has, but he founded the exact same cities Nimrod did.
All right, y'all. So that's one of the major things that I really wanted to review. I really wanted to go over this because, when it comes to people who say that the Bible has no credibility for those particular reasons, listen, we all know that there's some validity to what they're saying as to why they're thinking it. But we all also know that historically it's been proven that the Bible has been proven to be right? Like that it's called situations right, or it's historically been accurate. My apologies. It has been historically accurate, more accurate than any text has ever been written. Now, we also know that the Bible has been around for centuries. You understand what I mean? And it has been the foundation and focal point in regards to religious and religion, period. Right. Which, me personally, I'm not big on religion. I'm all about faith and belief and being able to be spiritually led and guided. But my thing is this: when he speaks about Nimrod in this way and puts it and frames it in this light, you have to know that, it's been reworded, right, or renamed, just for the simple fact that they want to hide the truth of what took place historically. Same way that they have repainted some of the individuals that were in the hieroglyphs in Egypt, right? They repainted some of their skin tones. They blew off the noses of the Sphinx and things like that were built in Egypt, just to try to reshape history, right? And we know that this to be true because once you conquer a people, you know that you conquered them, and you can try to rewrite what has been historically been proven to be true, right? So you try to rewrite it. You try to make it after your own image because you're the one who conquered during that time. Where of course they sacked the temples, they took the scrolls, they took all of those things, and they took it upon themselves, right? And they made it as though that was their culture when it never was their real culture. In fact, they used that same culture to enslave a people, to take them and to make them subservient to them, using certain texts throughout that particular scripture to get them to submit regardless on how they were being treated. And these are some of the atrocities that was committed based on what was culturally proven to be our documents, our written history, which is, of course, the Bible is fashioned after our written history. Some of those books was also removed. You can say the Apocrypha was some of the books that were removed, and it gives you more of a I guess more of a clear picture, right? It paints the picture very clear for you so you can understand what the truth really is. When you go to certain regions, you can see when you go to Ethiopia, they have the Ethiopian Bible with some of the original text, the original names, the original terminology that was being used, and also some of the original people that was depicted, right? And they all were copper toned or melanated people. You go to Russia, same situation. You go to other regions, you would discover that a lot of these individuals have been whitewashed or they have been rewritten in history to be something different than who they truly was. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Do you think that this discovery or what's taking place here in regards to the renaming of this historical figure, Nimrod, right, being renamed into Akkad, okay, renamed into Akkad, do you believe that this is accurate and true? What do you think about the rewriting of historical history and historical proof and evidence of things? What do you think about that? So let me know what you think in the comment section below. And as always, of course, don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to holler back at your boy. All right. We see you guys on Flock Day. All right. Coming up on Sunday. Come join us in the flock. We'll see you then. I appreciate you guys tuning into this video. And don't forget, of course, we need the maximum effort, y'all. So share this with whoever may benefit from this particular video. All right. We need maximum effort. So give it maximum effort, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Give it maximum effort. And don't forget, if you here and you hating on me.
If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. Sit back there and say my hair ain't luxurious when you know it is, bitch.
I appreciate you guys showing up for the Warsheep Podcast. Listen, we'll see you in the next one. All right. Peace and shalom, shalom.